So what I'm going to talk to you guys about today is just pass sets, all right? For me at tackles, I'm going to go by position. So I got a lot of tape, Bob, so if you're going to have to cut me off. All right, so we're going to start with the tackles first. I'm going to tell you what we believe at tackles. We're going to go through some of our individual stuff from this spring. We'll watch some cut-ups, some one-on-one cut-ups from San Francisco, and I think in 2006, from Cleveland, 2010, and then from us in the last 2 years in Tampa Bay. All right, just so you can see what we believe in, at least what I believe in, has been consistent over the last 15 years. All right, so from a tackles perspective, we're a vertical set team. Okay, so that's where we start. Okay, we'll also use a short set. We'll also use a technique I call a three-step short. We won't talk about the three-step short today. We're just going to talk about the vertical set, okay, and our short set. Now, the first thing when we start talking about a vertical set for our tackles, the very first thing is we don't teach kicks. Okay, I got this from Jim Hannafin. Okay, we talk about steps. We talk about steps. So every one of our sets is based off the number of sets our tackle is going to take, okay, to block the defensive end. So if he's got a loose 5, we say it's a 2-step set. If he's got a 7, it's 2 to 4. If he's got a wide alignment, it's 4 to 6. Okay? So, and we want to stay as square as possible. Now, that's a misnomer in itself as well on the vertical set. Everybody tells their tackle to stay square. You're never going to stay perfectly square to the line of scrimmage. You're always going to have some open in your shoulders. Okay? So don't beat them up about, hey, this is the line of scrimmage, keep your shoulders perfectly square. That's an unnatural move for them. Okay? So as I'm working, my shoulders are going to naturally open up to the defenders. Okay, the next question is, when do I open my shoulders to take this guy on? Okay, as he presses my outside shoulder, it's going to naturally open my hips. What we don't want is 1, 2, 3, 4, flop. Okay, I know at our place, we're a 5 to 7-step drop team all the time. Rarely any 3-step drop. So our quarterback's going to be anywhere from 8.5 to 9, okay, to 10 yards deep. So our coaching point for our tackles is, if I can stay as square to the line of scrimmage as I can to 4.5 to 5 yards, and I'm physical with my hands, with my punch, I'm going to give my quarterback the 9 to 10 yards that he needs. Okay, I really don't care if they tell us it's a deep drop. We're going to do it the same way all the time. Okay? So any questions there? All right, so when I start talking about steps, okay, when we get into our 2-point stance, I'm going to talk about everything out of a 2-point. You'll see some out of a 3-point. The first thing in my stance, I want toe to instep to toe to heel, okay, in terms of my alignment. And that's all predicated on the individual. Okay, it's not a cookie cutter stance. It's not cookie cutter footwork. It's all based on the guy. And then the next thing is I want tempo in my feet. Now, I'm not foot fire like Jim was talking about, but as I'm going, I want to repeat my movement with my feet. So if it's 6 inches, it's 6 inches. If it's 8 inches, it's 8 inches. If it's a foot, it's a foot. Okay? But you want it to look like this as I'm going. Boom, here. Okay? That's the tempo we want with our feet. The next thing is with your inside foot. Okay? You don't want to drag your toe. Okay? You don't want to drag your toe. If I'm dragging my toe on my set, it's going to extend my inside leg. Okay? It's going to get me up. Okay? So again, this is a Jim Hannafin. You want to push and pull off your inside foot. So I'm coming, I'm pushing and pulling, pushing and pulling, pushing and pulling, pushing and pulling. My knee should never get extended. Okay? So again, any questions with that part of it? All right, so when we start watching this tape, what you're going to see in the first part of this is what we've been doing in phase 2. Okay? And our progression in teaching pass sets are, number 1, you won't see this in the cut-up, but we do a sets on air. Just to get guys out of their stance, we give them different techniques. They take their set. We have some sticks we get from LaCharles Bentley. They got some snap in them, forcing them to set their hands. That's where we start. And then from there we go set on a body. Okay? Then we do set with movement. And we do that with various things, such as the bands, sandbags, and whatnot. All right? So all that is show up here. So the first thing we have is just sets. Okay, 5 technique, 2-step set. Now one thing we're going to do after we take our set, if you watch Donovan here, when he sets, we don't foot fire, but our feet never stop. Okay, there's not one thing you do in pass pro where your feet ever stop. Okay, so it's the same premise as foot fire, we're just not going to go as fast. So tight 5. Okay, 7 technique, 2 to 4. Again, if you watch his inside knee, it never straightens out. Wider alignment, 2, 4, 6. Now the other component that we look at, and these guys look at it themselves, as they work their set, and they get done, you're going to make a trail mark with your inside foot. You can tell if you're drifting too far off the line or not. Okay, the other thing we preach to them about is my alignment with my shoulders. Okay, I got this from George Arnold here about 5 years ago. Okay, you want your shoulders over mid-thigh. We don't want our guys setting like they have a pole stuck up their ass. Okay, and understand why. If I'm setting too erect, here at the point of contact with the defender, what's that going to do to my body? It's going to get me out of whack here. Okay, I really don't want both my knees past my toes in anything I do. Okay, so my up foot, my knee, okay, is going to be behind my toe. On my slide foot, my knee can be in front of my toe. But I never want both my knees beyond my toe in anything I'm doing in pass pro. So again, that's a nice example there, Donovan. All right, now, set, reset. Okay, these are just movement. All right? We preach, hey, if I have a tight 5 going inside right now, when I set, reset, what we don't want, okay, is for our tackle, guard, okay, when they set with their outside foot, is to move immediately their inside foot. Okay, that causes their base to get too wide, okay, makes them weak to the inside. So we want to replace off our inside foot on the set. Okay, the other component here with us as well, okay, as I'm working inside, we don't want our inside knee going into the line of scrimmage. Okay? So when I set, reset, I got an inside move. I don't want to be here. Okay? It locks your hip. Okay? It's going to put you in a trail position on the defender. So we talk about getting our hip into the line of scrimmage, That keeps my hip open. Okay? So that allows me to block him inside out, press the line of scrimmage, okay, and keep what I have. Versus getting my foot and knee into the line of scrimmage. If that guy gets an advantage on me, I'm opening it up and I'm soft inside. Okay? So that's critical for us as we're working. So again, as you see it, trying to force the hip into the line. Now sandbags, we're big with sandbags, okay? This is the next component. Love the sandbags, love the bands. I got the bands from Bill Callahan about 9 years ago. Sandbags, Jim Hannafin, okay? Sandbags force your posture, okay? The bands give us some resistance when we can't do anything with them, okay? So we use them quite a bit this time of year, but we'll carry them throughout the whole year. So how we start our sets is just working the vertical. Okay, we like them to have a foot on the line or straddle the line. We're going to take these guys about 15 yards off the line and make them work their set. Again, you can see the vertical line. Then from there, we're going to work sets versus alignment. 4-eye. Okay, tight 5. Okay, loose alignment, 7 technique, 2 to 4. Okay, now, don't like it here with Cole. He needs to get that bag up right now on his set. Okay, wide alignment, 4 to 6. Again, drifting too far off the line. Okay, nice job over here. Okay, drifting off the line. Then movement. Okay, set, reset. Set, reset. Okay, and then again, movement, change of direction. So vertical, inside. Okay, Not the knee into the line of scrimmage, the hip. Back to a vertical. Back inside. Change of direction. Now, this is without the sandbag and without the bands, but this is the next thing we do after we do the previous drill. Okay? So you're training them with resistance and with the bag and then without, so they can feel the difference. This dude's about 330 right now, 340. Okay, set and punch. Now, that's the next part of what we do now. We're going to just work some set and punches here, but when we go from the set, and we'll get to the punches after this, but when we teach our punches, we go from mitts, medicine balls, then to the body. But again, set and punch versus alignment. Set and punch versus alignment. This is no fun. Where's Butch? Butch still here? Knocks the shit out of you now. And he's being nice to us right now. Excuse me. All right, now, the other thing you get out of this, okay, when we talk about vertical sets, or whatever set you want to use, okay, you got to know what the challenges are with them. You got to know, okay? The challenge of the vertical set is a bull rush. Okay, we're all concerned about that defensive end going speed to power, running down our throat, coming out of our ass. Okay? You have to be physical with your hands. You can't catch, you must throw your hands, you must punch. Okay? Or you must be proactive, as Jim was talking about, some form of a short set. But you got to take up space somehow, some way. So again, great example here, you see Donovan, okay, using his hands. Okay, he wants to distort the rusher. Okay, now we're getting to how we teach our mitts, our punches. Okay, we start off with the mitts. Okay, this gives you range. Okay, so the first thing we want our guys to understand is what's my range? What's range? Okay, what's range? Range is my extension from my body. Okay, bend your elbows a little bit. Jason can tell you all about this stuff. Okay, bend your elbows a little bit. When that guy gets it within your range, you need to be striking him. You don't want him in your body. You want him off your body. You want to have a strike. You want to snap your hands, and you want to lead with the meat of your hands. Okay? So it starts here. Mitts allows these guys to figure out what their range is. Okay? So we'll do various sets. And you'll see there's a system. We're going to repeat the same stuff over and over again. Sandbags, with the bands, with the mitts, with the medicine balls, and then when they get bodies, we'll put bodies on them. Okay, and then there's a series of drills we'll do. This isn't all of them. We'll set versus alignment. We'll do 3 punches. This is 2 outside, 1 inside. Okay, we'll go outside, inside, outside. We'll strap them up and put the bands on them. These guys, they're starting off, they're about 10 yards behind them. And if we're moving, they're moving with them. And I'll be honest with you, I like these bands, but I want some a little stronger. Okay, now, the next thing with our punch, okay, as you watch, I'm a 2-hand punch guy. Okay? I'm a 2-hand punch guy. We start with 2 hands, but you got to teach independent hands for certain situations. Okay, some guys come out teaching independent hands right away. I personally don't believe in that. Okay? There's some guys that do it, and they do it effectively. That's just not our deal. I want to put 2 hands on the defender. I want to distort them. Okay? But there's times now where you got to go 1 hand. If I'm getting a stun inside, if I'm a tackle, if I got an ET, it's going to be an inside lead to post the guy off. If I'm a guard and the 3 techniques getting an edge on me, I may have to use outside hand, okay, independent hand. But we start everything with 2 hands. Okay, so we're a 2-hand punch team. Okay, med balls. This is the next phase. Okay, I think this spring we only went through the med balls 1 time, but we're going to do the same thing. Okay, we'll work them individual sets. Okay, here we're just doing a vertical set, vertical punch, 3 off the line. Okay, we'll get movement with it. Okay, again, you can see inside move. Okay, we're going to work the independent hands, 1, 2, same things that we do on the mitts. Okay, so anyway, that's how we start teaching. Okay, our vertical sets. Okay, the next thing we're going to get to is short sets. The next thing we're going to get to is short sets. Okay, we'll use short sets in drop back pass. We'll use them in play action. Okay, for us, what we tell our tackles, if we're throwing a 3-step drop, okay, or a rhythm throw, you're allowed to short set. Okay? If it is a deep, we'll get off the short set. All right? How do we approach the defensive end with a short set? And again, this is all from Howard Mudd. If I have a tight alignment on me, okay, I'm going to open my hip and I'm going to go present myself to the defender. I'm going to scoot or make progress into the line. Open my hip, take up slack. Okay, I want to be on the inside half of the defender. Inside half, inside 2/3. Okay, what's critical about this is my inside hand. Okay, this is non-negotiable. I must get my inside hand into his armpit. Okay, or shoulder. Must. So when I'm taking my short set, my inside hand, okay, is inside. Again, just like with the vertical, you got to know what the problems are. So if I'm working a short set, where am I vulnerable? Inside move. Everybody's afraid of an inside move. Okay, so I'm going to put grabbing with my inside hand. Okay, just like they were talking about earlier today in the run game versus an inside move. If I get my inside hand in the armpit and that defensive end moves, he's moving himself and me as well. So he's going to pull me with it and I'm going to cover him up. Okay, so any questions there? So inside hand into the armpit. Outside hand. Okay, in the perfect world, inside edge of the outside number. Okay, at the widest, covering up the number. If it gets beyond that, that means I'm looking outside. If I'm looking outside, it does me no good to work the inside half of the defender. My body's going to go where my eyes are. If I'm looking out here, I'm going to be out here, I'm going to be exposed inside. Okay, so that's a tight 5. If a guy's in a tighter 5 and I'm nervous about using outside footwork, I'm going to use inside footwork. So I'm just going to punch that with my inside foot, create the same angle as using outside footwork, and get my hands where they belong. Okay, so again, punch, 1, 2, and go. Take up slack. Okay, any questions there? Now the next thing you got to be prepared for, I don't care where you are, who's using it, guard or tackle, is that defender's going to move. So once I make contact, I got to be ready to move with them. Okay? So here we go. Just working a short set. Tight 5. Okay? Outside footwork. Okay? Get the hand in the armpit. And be prepared for him to move. Same difference though. Watch the feet after contact. Okay? Again, we're not going crazy with them, but our feet don't stop. Okay? Open your hip. Inside hand. Okay? Be prepared to move. He's going to move. Okay? Inside. Okay? Again, Butch and I don't have enough ass to affect them, but you get the idea. Okay? Cole gets his hand in the armpit. That guy moves inside. He's going to pull him with him. I got to grab his armpit. He's going to pull me with him on the inside move. I can then catch up. Okay, tight alignment, punch step, create the same angle if he's a 5 technique. Again, we're just adding the bands. All right, now, when he's off your body, okay, here's where you got to make sure your guys understand what they got to get done with the short set. So it's the same mindset. He's off my body, I'm going to open my hip. No different if I'm working an inside zone. I'm going to open my hip, and I'm going to take up slack. Okay, I'm going to take up space to approach him. Same difference, 2/3, 4/5 of the man. Inside hand into the armpit. Okay. Now Donovan, where he gets in trouble with this, is he wants to kill guys. So he comes out and he's had success where he's put his hands on them and he's put them on the ground. A lot of guys can't do that. Okay. But that's like a drug for a guy like him because he thinks he can do it all the time. Gets him in trouble. Okay? So you're taking up space and you're placing your hands. Okay? You're just trying to take up space and engage the guy sooner than setting off the line. Okay? So make sure they understand that even though they have success, when they go place their hands at times and they distort a guy and they put him on the ground, okay, that's a recipe for disaster down the road because they become overly aggressive. So it's not a jump set, it's a short set. I'm taking up space, I'm placing my hands, I'm controlling the defender. Okay, when he's in space like this and he makes contact, you got to be prepared for an upfield rush because that's where it's going to go. Okay, different things for anchor. Okay, I got this from Neil. Okay, I think he called it the bull ring, Neil, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so this is the first time we've used this spring. Okay, it's good for us because we can force, okay, a power rush with them not having to deal with us. So the first one we're doing is just pressure, fighting pressure with our upper body and sliding our feet. So I'm engaged with a defender. He's pressing my inside shoulder. It's inside hand, inside foot pressure. He's pressing my outside shoulder. It's pressure slightly off the line of scrimmage. Okay, next one now. Okay, just repeat, starting off inside, outside. Okay, then we work a hop. Okay, so again, we want to hop them back, and normally, okay, it's 3 hops and a change of direction. All right, so now here we go. These are one-on-ones. So we're going to start off, okay, this is from, I believe, 2007 or 2006. Okay, different guys doing it. Okay, Adam Snyder, drafted him as a guard. Okay, we want to be back, inside half. Use your hands. Okay, Jonas Jennings. Okay, he started off in Buffalo. I believe he was with Mouse. Okay, he was an angle setter when we got him. Okay, so we couldn't get him completely out of opening his shoulders, but he did start working off the line of scrimmage more. But same difference. Inside half, inside 2/3 of the man. Use your hands. Again, inside move, independent hand. Flat. Now he kind of understeps and crosses over, okay, but his hips are flat. Okay, from Cleveland with Joe. Okay, again, same difference. Inside hand. Now, he did an unbelievable job being exact with his hands. Okay, everybody knows how good a player he was. He's a much better man than he is a player. Okay, but same, inside move, inside hand, flat with your feet. Don't get your knee into the line of scrimmage. Okay, Floyd Womack for us. Started off in Seattle. He's a guard tackle. Okay, again, working off the line of scrimmage. Inside half. Again, inside hand in the armpit. Again, know who you're going against, right? Roth, okay? He was from Iowa. We got him from the Jets, I believe. Not a speed guy. So 2-4. 2-4 subtle. 2-4 subtle. I don't have to race him up the field. And again, same difference. Ball's here at the yard stripe. Okay, 5 yards, his shoulders are open to the sideline. We're going to get what we want from a depth standpoint. So again, different guys using the same technique. Flops his hip a little too soon here. Okay, this is Phil Troutwine. He's the O-line coach at Boston College. Okay, good patience. Again, know who you're dealing with. I don't have to bail off the line of scrimmage. 2-4. 2-4, have patience. All right, this is us, all right? Okay, this is DeMar Dotson. In my opinion, he's the best pass blocking right tackle in the NFL. Okay, now with Dot, again, when we got there, he was an angle setter. Okay, his biggest challenge with what we're asking him to do is he always carries his inside foot. Okay, so he turns his shoulders a little too fast for what I like. His angle, he's at an angle too quick. But the one thing he does a good job most of the time is he does a great job with his hands. Okay, now, I'm going to say this with him as well, and you kind of see it here. Okay, not so much this year, okay, but a year ago, every time he had a problem in pass pro, he went with an under, okay, double under, hand under on the right side, on his outside. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't believe in the double under, especially in pass pro. Every time that occurred to him in a game, he got snatched on the outside. He became weak on the outside because he had no levers to fight pressure with his outside hand. So again, even though he carries that foot, he's also always inside half, inside 2/3, uses his hands. Okay, Donovan. Okay, he's a little better at staying vertical. A little better at staying vertical. Okay, I don't think he's as good or as physical with his hands as Dot. And his biggest challenge is he likes to flop his hip at the top of the pocket. Okay, I should have pointed it out when you're watching Joe and Jonas and the other guys, is they maintain their balance, their feet apart, and they stretch those guys at the top. So again, when he gets in trouble, because at the point of contact, he's dropping his outside foot, it creates a short corner. Again, know what you got. I don't have to fly out of there. Inside move, flatten them out. Okay, here he's late. Late with his hands. Okay, late with his hands. Got to get him on them sooner. We got to have more distortion. So again, okay, all the ones previous to this, he was doing a nice job with his hands. Here he's late. Okay, we get some press into the pocket. Okay, show you some other guys we have. All right, this is Caleb Benenot. Okay, he's going into his third year from UCLA. Okay, not as big, not as big. This is from his rookie year. Okay, he's about 304 pounds here. But again, pretty good patience. Good job with his hands. Needs to be a little bit more violent with them, but he does a good job with them. Okay, it's when we're practicing with the Jaguars. Again, late with his hands. Okay, now short sets. Again, same difference. We're going to start off. This is Pat Estes. Okay, he was a tight end from Virginia when we drafted him. Okay, like to see him open his hips some more, but he's taking up slack. He's on the inside half. Okay, inside hand is in his armpit, and be prepared to stretch him up the field. Okay, he could continue to go here. Good job of opening his hip. Continue to take up slack. Excellent job with his reach. This Harvey Dahl. Okay, Harvey really made his name being a guard. Okay, when he went to Atlanta from us and then with the Rams. Okay, again, same difference. Inside hand, hands are inside. Widen the pocket. Okay, another thing you see here, okay, and they'll show up more, okay, in these earlier practices. When a guy pulls you, and again, it doesn't matter if you're working a vertical set or a short set. Coach, will you stand up here for a second? So anyway, you see it here with Harvey. Okay, 95 grabs his outside shoulder. Okay, what does he do? He walks to him. He walks to him, widens the pocket. Okay, again, from Cleveland, just working short sets. Open your hip, work his inside half. Okay, defender goes inside. If I have him in his armpit, he's going to do what? Pull me with him. This is Paul Fanica. He's probably around 340. Okay? It's hard on the defender. Now, here's a good example of a squat out. Okay? Squatting out. You get a guy on your body. He's using outside footwork. He's taking his footwork, and he's just kind of squatting out to the line of scrimmage. Okay? Just get his hands on him. He needs to get his hands on him a little bit faster. Squatting out. Okay? Inside hand into the armpit. Okay, this is us. Okay? Again, Dot 6'9", he's an excellent short setter. Again, angle, open your hips, inside half, hand in the armpit, be prepared to work him up the field. Again, open your hip. Okay, he wants to outrun you. This is why you got to be prepared to work him up the field. Okay, they'll try to outrun you when they know you're short setting them. Okay, Donovan. Open your hip. Again, inside half. Inside hand in the armpit. Be prepared to work him up the field. Okay, again, be prepared now. Shuffle your feet, he's almost getting to a cross over here. Okay, if you cross your feet over, no different than a vertical set is going to create a short corner. This was a free agent we had last year. I believe he's with Carolina now. Okay, that's an excellent short set. Open your hip, inside half of his body, hand in the armpit. What I don't like here is he stacks his hands. Okay, he didn't create enough surface with his hands. You got to get your hands apart when you strike him. But again, open, inside half, take up slack. Okay, play with your reach, play with your extension.
Coach, are they pre-kicking their stance on purpose?
Shouldn't be. Should be the same stance all the time. Okay, so we should be, whether we're working a vertical or a short set, it should look the same. Okay, here's the thing now. We don't want to give anything away in our stance. So whether we're working a vertical set, a three-step short, or a short set, it should look exactly the same. Okay, where it might alter is if we're in a three-point stance, we might be a little bit wider in our base. Okay. If they're doing that, I need to pay attention, because I had noticed it. So again, any questions here, okay, in terms of how we want to take our sets? So those are our vertical sets. Those are our short sets for tackles, all right? I'm moving on to guards now. All right, our guards are a little bit easier. All right, the way we teach our guards is they're either taking a one-step set or a three-step set. One step, three-step, or short set. One step, three-step, or short set. And that's all predicated on the defensive tackle. Okay, the other thing we tell our guards is they do not back up on their sets. Okay, we're setting tight to the line of scrimmage. Okay, we want to take the defender on as close to the line of scrimmage as possible. Okay, on our regular sets. And if we want to be aggressive, we will short set. Okay, we will short set. Our short set with a guy on our body is going to be no different than we talk to our tackles about a guy being in a five technique. Okay, but in terms of our regular sets, okay, if I have a foot to crotch three or a foot to foot three guy just inside of me, I'm just taking one step and filling the ground. Okay, and I'm going to get my hands on him as soon as possible. If he's off my body, I'm taking a three-step set. 1, 2, 3. I'm filling the ground. I'm getting my hands on him as quickly as I can. So those are our basic sets if I'm blocking a guy man. Okay, we also use a three-step set if we have a slide coming to us. You heard Jim talking about it before. Hey, if the center's coming to the guard, he can overset. All right, so we tell our guard, if you have a slide coming to you, 1, 2, 3, attempt to get a head up set. Okay, that just helps us in protection. If we have the center coming to us, It makes it a wider B-gap rusher. If he goes inside, he knows he has to help you post and get his eyes in his B-gap. Okay? So those are our regular sets. And as I said before, if we're going to work a short set, open my hip, I'm going to go close distance, get my hand in the inside armpit. If he's a tight three, I can punch up with my inside foot, same difference, close distance, okay, get my hand in the inside armpit. Now, some of these drills that we're going to use here initially are going to be a bit redundant. Okay, now they're just position specific. Okay, so again, start off with sets. Okay. Okay, so same difference. We take our set. Okay, these are one-step sets. All right, not really foot fired, but our feet are going to be out of the dirt. They're going to be out of the dirt. Three-step set. Fill in the ground. Three-step set. Fill in the ground. Okay? One technique. Okay, set, reset. Okay, again, set, reset. Okay, sandbags. So same deal. Okay, when we saw our sandbags with the guards, the first thing we're going to do, we call this just working the V. Okay, so same difference. Starting here, working a 5-yard slide. You can see they're not getting a whole lot of depth off the line. We like them to start with their heels above the line, and then when they're coming back, again, forcing that hip into the line, not their knee. Forcing their hip, and then forcing that inside hand, okay, into the line. Okay, start off with a one technique. We want to be flat. Okay, one-step set outside. Three-step set outside. Set, reset. Okay, movement in space off a three-step set. Okay, this is another drill we do. This is change of direction. This is a high-low drill here. Okay, so he's going to start off working the cone, and then a deeper drop, back to the cone, flat, back to the cone. Okay, we do that, then we come back and we repeat the drill without the straps and without the sandbag. Now we do this because, okay, we'll work our normal set. That's the low cone. Okay, there's times now when we're working our dual protections, we'll ask our guard to pop, and he's got to work a deeper angle. So it gets both sets done in that drill. Okay, set and punch. Again, very similar to the tackles. Okay, set versus alignment. Okay, one technique. Okay, again, flat, hip into the line. Three technique. One step, strike. So you can see, guys, we're going to take our set, we're going to throw our hands. Okay, we're going to take our set, we're going to throw our hands. We want to be physical with our hands. Again, this also comes into play, and I'm not going to talk about stunts, okay, but when we get TEs, it's his responsibility to put that three technique on top of the tackle. Okay, so everything we do from a pass pro standpoint, our basic techniques carries over to how we want to handle stunts. Same thing with the vertical set by the tackles. Helps us with stunts. Okay? Short sets. Open the hip. Inside half. Okay? Caleb can get his hips down. He's got his ass high. Okay? Evan Smith. He's excellent at it. Okay? Same difference, right? Take your set, goes inside, hand inside. He's going to bring us with him. Okay? One technique, squatting it out. Again, inside half, inside 2/3, inside 4/5 of the man. Okay? Same now with the sandbags, working a short set. Inside, okay? And again, this is our rookie here, Alex, okay? Posting here, again, when we're doing this with the sandbags, we just want them to put those sandbags on our body. Okay, so they get their hands out in front. Okay, mitts. Okay, same process again as we use with the tackles, just a different angle. Different angle. So, again, working our one-step set, working our three-step set. Okay, 2 out, 1 in, change the direction. Again, when we go inside, independent hand, inside lead. Okay, working the horizontal, okay, with the straps. Each encounter is a new encounter. He's got to maintain leverage, okay, on the defender, inside out, okay, inside half, inside 2/3. Okay, this is outside, inside, outside. Again, change the direction. So punch, 2 hands, 1-2 on the inside move, 2 hands. Again, rookie, this is the first time he did the drill. Same, rookie, first time he did the drill. Okay, med balls. Okay, again, same drills, working the horizontal, keeping your leverage, snapping the hands out. Alex is too rigid. Okay, we like him to snap the ball back to Butch. Snap it back. Okay, a little bit better here with Caleb. Snap it back. Snap it back. Okay, 1-2 on the inside move. Snap it back. Okay, and then the same drill we did for the anchor with the inside guys. Givens Price. Okay. Okay, just working the hop. All right, now, again, one-on-ones. Now, the difference is, when I was in San Francisco, we didn't teach a 3-step. It was all 1-step. Okay? So we want to set, reset versus an inside move. Set, reset. None of these guys should be backing up. This is Dave Boss. Okay? For us now, we'd be taking a 3-step here versus a 1. Now the difference when you watch Dave versus these other guys, he wasn't a long arm guy. He didn't like to use his hands as well. So he tended to get them outside, but he had excellent feet in terms of his sets. Yeah. Okay, again, nice set, get his hands inside. Again, nice set, excellent movement with the feet. Okay, throw the hands. Again, Cleveland, Floyd Womack. Okay, 1-step set. Throw your hands. So this is where the mitts come into play, so you know what your range is. Sean Laval. Okay, he's a left guard right now in the Redskins in the tape Jim was showing earlier. Okay, again, this is us. Now, again, same kid, Caleb Benenock, 77. Okay, that's a nice 3-step set. Nice 3-step set, late with his hands, though. Late with his hands. We've got to have more distortion with this punch. Kevin Panfield, he's now with the Titans. Okay, wide alignment, nice 3-step set. Okay, guy goes to wipe his hands. We call it a circle punch. Okay, drop, circle, throw. Drop, circle, throw. Ali Barpet. Okay, 3-step set. Nice strike. Okay, little disjointed here. He's in between a short set, okay, and a three-step set. Okay, you got to make a decision at the line of scrimmage. You can't do both. If I'm on a short set, I need to go. If I'm going to take a regular set, I need to go. Okay? Again, Evan Smith, okay, excellent technician, very strong. That's why you don't take your hands off of them. Okay? When you punch them, if you distort them, take up slack and stay with them. Never let them restart, okay, and restart their rush. You're going to be at a disadvantage as an offensive player. Okay, one-step set. One-step set. Okay, late. As soon as you see the tops of the numbers, we should be throwing our hands. Again, one-step set. Late with his hands. Nice set. Tops of the numbers. We should have our hands on that guy right now. Late. Throw our hands. Okay, short sets. All right, this is a kid named Tony Raggy. Okay, he's an excellent short setter. All right, he was probably the best one I had when I was in San Francisco in terms of working a short set. Footwork was consistent. Hands were inside at the same spot about every time. He went for a stretch in practice. He didn't lose a one-on-one for 9 weeks. This is Bryant Young right here. Again, inside hand in the armpit. It's over. As Howard would say, hang him like a coat. Justin Smiley. Okay, again, Eric Steinbach. Okay, again, started at Cincinnati. When I got there, he was an off the line of scrimmage pass setter. Okay, he got to where he was a very efficient short setter. Again, really good job with his footwork inside half. Okay, I like his hands to be a little bit more direct. He's coming outside quite a bit. He too was not a long arm guy, but position is excellent. Position is excellent. And again, the concern, everybody's worried about the guy beating you inside on a short set. Okay, that's not the case as long as you're under control. Sean Laval, excellent. Taking up slack. Inside hand in the armpit. Outside hand, again, looks like the approach is right where it needs to be in terms of the outside number. You can see it here. Outside number, okay, armpit. Oops. All right, guys. Sorry here. All right, let's go on to the centers. All right, now with our centers. Okay, you had Kevin up here talking about center sets. I don't think I can outdo that. I mean, the guy played center for 16 years. Is going to go down as one of the best centers to play the position. Okay, what we tell our centers is this. Okay, if you got a shade, you become a guard to that side. If you have a shade, you become a guard to that side. So if I have a right shade, I become a right guard. If I have a left shade, I become a left guard. And that's all in relation to my shoulders, okay? It's all in relation to my shoulders. So if I have a guy that's shaded to my right, to my snapping hand side, okay, I'm just going to open my hip a hair. So I'm going to get off, and it's going to be my left hand. And Kevin was exactly right. You have a guy shaded to your left, what you don't want to do is reach across your body. Okay, all you're trying to do with that offhand is create separation. So a snap, right foot, left hand, okay, left foot, right hand, block his inside half. Okay, if he's a shade to my left, okay, left hand lead, right, left hand lead. So again, as I'm going, I'm snapping the ball, I'm going to step with my left foot. The problem with the left hand lead, again, you got to be concerned about is if I'm reaching across my body. So if I reach, hit his far half, he's going to come across my face. So left hand on near point. Left hand on near point, left foot, right hand, right foot, okay, stretch the guy. Okay, if he's a zero, same difference. Right foot, left hand. Right foot, left hand, left foot, right hand. So you're just getting off the ball a hair. Just getting off the ball a hair. Any questions there? It's pretty consistent. Okay, it's pretty consistent. So again, as we're going, you get an example of it here. Here's Evan, right shade. Okay, right foot, left hand. Okay, and his right hand should be coming up. Shade to his left. Okay, and I think he's too far over with his punch. But again, it's left foot, left hand, right hand should be coming. You get a zero shade. Here we go. Okay, right foot, left hand. Right hand should be coming. Okay, as we work the sandbags with these guys. Okay, again, with the tackles, you saw we started off just a vertical set. With the guards, we started off working the V. With the centers, we tell these guys, okay, they're the top of the dish. They're the top of the dish in protection. So they're going to work 5 yards, open the hip, 5 yards. Okay? This is Ryan Jensen. We just signed him from Baltimore. This is one of the earliest time he's done this drill. He's just a little deep compared to Evan. Okay? So we want it shallow. We don't want it real deep. We don't want real deep angles. So we go one way and then the other. Then we're just working our sets versus alignment. Sets versus alignment. Even with the sandbags, we want to get that left hand up. So it's going to look left hand with the sandbags. Again, you can see it here with Evan. That bag is tilted. Left hand lead. Okay? Coming back. Okay? And then a cross shade. So it's important here when we get a cross shade at center. Okay? You don't want to lock your hip. You heard me say that before. So if I'm working a cross shade, as I said, he comes across my face, it's flat, then open. Okay? Shade, I'm off. Flat, then open. What you don't want to do is he crosses your face, is lock your hip into the line of scrimmage. Again, you're going to create a short corner eventually because you're going to flop. Okay? He's on my opposite side. I'm here. He goes across my face. Flat, then open. I'm the top of the dish. I'm the top of the dish. So again, as you guys can see, there's a rhythm here. We're going to do the same movement over and over and over again with different things that we use to get our point across, whether it's with the bands or with the sandbags or with the mitts or with the medicine ball. And then when they can service each other, we put a body in front of them. But it's the same movements over and over. So here we go. Now we have a body on them. There we go. Got a body on them. Right foot, left hand. 0, 1, 2. And we're not trying to get him 2 yards off the ball. Okay? Just getting that back to the depth of his guards. Okay, anchor. Same drill. Okay, same drill. So again, any questions there? Now mitts. A little bit different with the centers, a little bit different, okay? So, depending on where the shade is, right? If he has a shade to his right side, okay, we're crossing the mitts. We're crossing the mitts. So as he's going, it's 1, 2, okay? If he has a shade to his left side, it's near hand and near mitt, 1, 2, okay? So again, just a little bit different in terms of how we train their hands. But as you see, we want to be right on top of them. So when he's going across with that left hand, he's not coming all the way over here. So again, near hand, near mitt. Near hand, near mitt. Then we work the cross shade, and we'll do it from both sides. So if he's on the left, on the right, starts with the cross. If he's on the left, near hand, near mitt. And again, you can see him working the top of the dish. Okay, everything we do, they're working the top of the dish with the movement. It's got to be a habit. And again, let me just tell you something too about the mitts. Okay, as these guys get comfortable with the mitts, they'll tell you what they want. Joe Thomas came up with about 5 different drills with the mitts for what he wanted. Long arm trap mitts, all kinds of stuff. So when these guys, when your players understand what they can get out of them, they'll start coming up with shit themselves. Okay, you start putting it in your back pocket because you want to tell people it was your idea, but it's really theirs. Okay, so the good players, they know what they want and they know how to get it. So here we're just working like we're working a slide to the right. So it starts off shade, cross, then he's just working a ram call for us, where he's working the slide. Okay, working to the left. Near hand, near mitt, working a slide, working a cross shade. Okay, and again, all we did was add the bands to it. Okay, now center sets. Center sets. We start off with Eric Heitman. You're going to see Eric Heitman and David Boss. Okay, is Pat Moore still here? Pat coached him in college and in San Francisco before I got there. He was a right guard. We made him a center. Okay, very consistent technically. Okay, you got a shade. He kind of sprawls his feet here, but you see the left hand. David Boss, again, really good with his feet, okay, just okay with his hands. Again, he was a short arm guy, didn't trust his hands, but footwork-wise, excellent job here. Okay? So again, defender moves. Defender moves no different than we're talking about a short set. If I get my hand on him and grab cloth, he's going to do what? He's going to pull me with them. He's going to pull me with them. Again, good footwork, poor hands. So again, Alex Mack, zero shade. Okay, good footwork, late with the left hand. So again, zero changes on how we want to approach it. Left shade, left hand, left foot. It's Pat Murray. Okay, was a guard as well. We got him from Green Bay. Okay, converted him to play center as well. Again, same difference. Okay, zero shade. Left hand, right foot. Left hand, right foot. Sean LaBelle, okay? Again, left hand, right foot. Shade to the right. Right foot, again, left hand. All right, it's us from this year. Okay, Ali Marpet, too far over. Too far over. Good job with the hand, but his body starts too far over. Good job of squaring it back up and coming back. So again, guys, any questions on this? Any questions at all in terms of how we want to set? Okay, it's pretty consistent. It's been the same way for me since about 2000 and about 98 actually. Okay, it's been very consistent and it's helped us. I mean, we haven't varied a whole lot and we've been a pretty consistent pass blocking team. Okay, pretty consistent throughout time. So my point being in all this, okay, okay, find out what you believe in. Find out what you believe in, okay? Trust yourself. Gain as much knowledge as you can, okay? Every time I come in here, I gain knowledge from somebody, okay? It may not vary my core beliefs, but it will add to what I need to do. I got the chords, okay, from Bill Callahan. I got the mitts from Steve Smith, okay? You add it into what you believe in and you keep building on it, okay? And use this as a resource. But the number one thing is this: whatever you believe in, you got to stick with it, because if something goes wrong, if something gets screwed up, you got to be able to fix it. If you go back and say, I want to be a vertical set team, like Coach Warhop just said up here, I'm going to go do his shit, and then you're getting bull rushed and you don't know how to fix it, it's not yours. You better know how to fix it. Okay, if you're going to be a double under guy, I don't believe in it, because that's not me. But if you believe in it, and your tackle's having a problem giving up a short edge, you better know how to fix it. If I'm a high knee guy in the run game and I'm not getting enough movement or whatever, you better know how to fix it, okay? So whatever you come and you glean and you gain, okay, if it's yours, you make it yours, and you need to understand how to fix the problems, okay? Now, before we get out of here, I still got some tape, am I all right? All right, so here's what we're going to do. So we looked at all these sets, all right? So let's watch some game tape. So let's watch some game tape. And again, I did the same thing. I went back. This is 2007 in San Francisco, okay? So as we're going, okay, we have a whole set here, whole set. Guards are working one-step sets. Tackles are working verticals. Okay, this is Joe Staley's rookie year. So again, you can see the sets come into play. And all these are some form of slide. Okay, we're sliding to the right. Right guard's got a three-step set. Okay, movement inside, eyes out to the next gap. Now, Smiley's leaning out. Let him have his eyes out there without leaning out. Just go take it over. Backside, we got a slide. We tell our guard on the slide, okay, you want to set up and in, sliding to the line of scrimmage, get your inside hand to his far pec. Again, slide to the left. Up and in slightly, inside hand to far pec. We never want to give up leverage on the slide if I'm the guard. Okay, if I have outside in leverage, I want to maintain outside in leverage. I don't want to go too far down and have that guy cross my face.
Coach, on that slide set on that zero with the guard,
Yep.
you're going to keep that leverage. Do you give that guy a point, like nose on the inside V or something like that?
Don't go beyond the V of the neck. Okay, near shoulder to the V of the neck. Okay, here's a problem with it. If you tell him to go beyond that, by the time he sets up, that guy's going to be head up on him, and you're going to give him a two-way go. Okay, so just, and I didn't say this in terms of this philosophy, in terms of our sets. Okay, our deal is this. We always want to gain position, number one. We want to give the defender a one-way go, and then we want to dictate the rush. Okay, that's our whole mindset. That's why we set the way we do, because we feel like we can dictate the rush. Okay, whether it's with a short set, a three-step set, or vertical set, okay, in terms of our guards, a one-step set, a three-step set, okay, a short set, we always want to dictate the rush. We don't want them dictating to us. And we always want to be physical with our hands. Hey, pass pro is not a passive deal. And don't let anybody tell you you're passive. Okay? You take your set, you throw your hands, and you're physical. Once you get on a guy, it's a fight to the bitter end. Okay? And the one thing that can never come out of your guy's mouth, and quarterback held the ball too long. Okay? That doesn't exist. You block him until he's in the ball. Okay?
Coach,
Yes, sir.
why did you start adding the guards to take three-step sets?
Because we're short. All right, so like when I was in San Francisco, we were a 3-4 team. When I was in Arizona, we were a tight 4-3 team, and we're two gappers. So we never had to worry about our guards. One steps always worked. And as we progressed, they started getting progressively wider. So we take a one-step set, and we're getting edged on our shoulder. So we had to find another way to cover them up, stretch it, and still keep our inside-out leverage. Okay? So again, here we go. Got stunts, right? Set, reset, flatten them out. Okay, he goes outside, Al's outside. Okay, when we work our stunts, we tell the tackles, if he got a penetrator, just set vertical. Just come back and find him. Just come back and find him. Okay, nice job here. We call this a bang back. We call this a bang back. What's going on here with Larry? Okay, we're sliding to our left. Okay, one technique crosses across his face. He feels the end drop. His eyes go right back inside. Okay, same difference here with the guard. Okay, feels him go inside. Okay, guard's going to collect him. His center's going to collect him. He's going to send him off. Eyes come back to his gap. Okay, another thing we can work here, a thing we call short alert. If we feel like we're getting pressure to this side, we tell our center to set home, be prepared to bang it back. I mean, that's all game plan stuff, but when you get involved in building your protections, you should put your adjustments in your protections. They should be built in from day one. Again, sliding left. Okay, TT. First thing that the center should do to smell shit is watch 99. If I'm sliding to the left and the defensive tackle pops up in the stance, the first thing I'm going to do as my center, I'm going to look to my right. I'm not going to my right. I'm going to look to my right. So I'm going to set, he pops, I'm looking to see if I'm getting a TT. If it's not, if it's something coming from the other side, I can stay to my gap. But it's always eyes, then body. Eyes, then body. Never body, then eyes. Eyes, then body. Always see what you're going to hit. So this is excellent. Bang it back. He sends them. Eyes, then body. Eyes, then body. Okay? Because if he doesn't fill that in, he's going to have to jump up and man that stunt and chase 99 around. All right, TE. Need more send. Need more send by the right guard. But that's his job. We get a TE. Send the three. Put him on top of your tackle. Here's why we take the vertical sets. We don't want him to have to send that guy 3 yards outside the zone to stunt. Same. Send them. Send them. All right, this is from Cleveland. So I'm speeding it up. I had about 1,000 clips here, but I'm going to try to give you guys a look at from different places. All right, so again, slide to the right. Sliding through the right. Got a one-step set here by John Greco. Again, he's flashing this guy because he thinks he's a hands rusher. But the thing he does well is after he flashes, his hand is in his inside armpit. This is a big man he's going against. Okay? He pulls John back inside with him. He pulls him back inside with him because he places his hands. Okay, this is a three-step short set here by Mitch. Okay, we got a wide alignment. He's going to start a vertical, then he's going to go take up slack. Okay? Why do we want to do that? If we're a vertical set team, okay, and Mitch were just to set off the ball, and this guy's 5 yards away from him, he's not going to hold up on that guy when he puts his foot in the dirt and hits him in the mouth. I'm going to go take up slack. I'm going to take up space and take him on. It creates width in the quarterback or in the pocket for the quarterback, but it also helps me as an offensive lineman. Same here with Joe. Okay, now when you watch Joe do this, he's real subtle with it. Okay, you really got to watch him to determine when he's going to work a three-step or not. But it's the same deal. He's got a wide alignment. He's going to go present himself to the guy. If he feels that guy stay up the field, he's just going to worry about weight on him and work him up the field. Okay, Jason Pinkston got a three-step set, 1, 2, 3. Set head up the 3 technique. If he wants to rush the B gap, he's my guy. Keep your leverage on a 1 technique. Keep your outside in leverage on a 1 technique. Don't give him a 2-way go. Don't get head up and allow him to rush outside of you. Block him where you find them. Okay, delay. Okay, if we get a delay stunt, okay, it's his responsibility to pick it up. I'm going to say it again. If we get a delay ET, it's his responsibility to pick it up. The tackle's taking this vertical set, he's blocking the defensive end. We're telling this guard, if this guy sets up and wiggles, he gives you a delay, look outside. The defensive end's going to do 1 or 2 things. He's either going to come to pick or he's going to come to rub. If he's coming to rub, get your hips in the line of scrimmage, chase him around. If he's coming to pick, go force the switch and communicate with your tackle. Hey, go, 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 go. Okay, it's on the guard, not the tackle. Again, 3-step set. Okay, 3-step set. Shot, he can go more here. That guy's a wide 3. He could really set to him more. All right, a few more clips here. This is from us now in the past 2 years in Tampa. Okay, 3-step set by dot, ends outside, starts back, takes up slack, vertical, holding presence. Okay, 1-step set by the left guard. Okay, holding presence. Okay, again, always, if I'm holding presence, I should have my inside hand up as a guard. Okay, left tackle, inside hand up. Okay, you got a guy in a 2-point stance. Okay, possible pick stunt. Always protect yourself with your inside hand. Okay, 3-step. Okay, 3-step, punch. He goes inside. Body presence, stay in your gap. Okay, this is why we keep our leverage. All right, the right guard, the left guard steps down. He's not going too far down, but that D tackle is going to work to him. If he's too far down, he's going to create an edge. Three-step. Okay, 1-step set inside. 3-step set. All right, the last one I'm going to show you here, okay, just so you guys can see some short sets, is just some play action passes where we can see more of them. Occurring. Matter of fact, I'm going to skip down here. All right. So again, short sets, inside half, okay? Go get them. Okay, tight three, inside footwork on the short set. Okay, open your hip, go get them. Okay, can be more aggressive here with Mitch. Yes, same. Same. If he's a tight five, and if you know you're using outside footwork, you're losing leverage, tight inside footwork. The whole thing is, right, keep your inside out. So don't give it up with your footwork. You control that. Yeah, you control. Don't give up what you control. So right here with Sean, right? He's scooting into him, but he's starting with the inside footwork with the tight three. Same difference with a five. And this is some from us now. Okay? Be on the left side here. Now, with Donovan shuffling too much. See how he's skipping? We don't want to skip. Open your hip and go. Open your hip and go. Nice. Nice. Okay. Again, punch step and open your hip and go. Okay. And once you put your hands on them, keep them on them. Keep them on them. Nice job here by the left guard. And we talked about walking to a guy, right? A guy starts snatching them. He's resistant. Walk to him. He'll widen the pocket. Okay. Excellent. I mean, he does a great job of short setting. Okay, good job of opening his hip, taking up slack. And if I'm going to critique him, his hands are outside. Okay, so any questions, guys? Any questions at all? Yes, sir. Ben.
Do you ever use a high wall for tackles that are vertical setting?
Okay.
Hip to hip with speed 7 set?
Give me. I don't understand a high wall. What do you mean by that?
You're got to say outside setting.
I'm a left tackle. I got a 7 technique. Okay.
So you're vertically setting.
Okay, I'm taking my vertical.
You got a speed rush from hip to hip.
All right.
At that point, you turn, get your head up onto the backside hand.
Only time we're ever going to do that if that guy beats us on the count. So if he beats us on the count and we're behind, we're going to flop our hip, okay, and get behind him. But if I'm working a speed rusher and I'm working my sets, okay, he's got to have jets in his ass to get to my shoulder that fast to get me to high wall. So what I'd like to have happen is I'm taking my set, he's up the field, I transition, and I get what I want. Okay? But for him to do that, he's got to get a jump on me to get me to flop my hips to high wall, as you're saying, and hit him through the back of the shoulder. That's what have to occur. Okay, now we do tell our guys, once you finish, we want them to finish through the back of the shoulder. Okay? But we like that to take some time. We don't want it to happen that fast. Okay? Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Is that how you deal with the lead rushers? Is you dictate the rush that they can do, such as the running back out, forcing inside or forcing the
Oh, I mean, if you're dealing with elite rushers, you can chip. I mean, you saw some chips on there, whether it was a running back or a receiver, okay? And for us, okay, that's not so much dictated by the rusher, really it's the situation. So if it's 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12 or whatever, if we're in 2 minutes and we want to, we know we're going to be holding the ball, throwing it down the field, it's built into the call. So there's some routes we have that have chips built in, either one side or both sides. So it's for a rusher, but for us, it's more system oriented. Anything else, guys?